The wait is finally over. Warhammer 40,000 11th edition is officially here. The Armageddon Launch Box has finally released. People are opening their boxes, building the new miniatures, and just all around exploring the new edition, reading all the new rules. And after months of previews, reveals, speculation, and hype, we can finally talk about the real thing. So today I want to give you my first impressions of Armageddon as a complete beginner. Not a tournament player's perspective, not someone who's been playing for 20 years, and not a hobbyist who has just started this 30 minutes ago. I have been around long enough to know what it is. But I'm just someone who has been following every reveal leading up to the launch and is finally seeing everything come together. I do have some knowledge, but not a lot. First, I think Games Workshop absolutely nailed the excitement leading up to this release. For months, they've been hyping up things. They have dropped new model reveals weekly. They have given rules previews, panel updates, faction updates, detachment information, and honestly, it kept me excited, hyped, and intrigued the entire time. As someone who is basically brand new to Warhammer 40,000, I never felt like there wasn't something new to learn with all of the new information being pushed out, but it wasn't an overload at the same time, which is what I love. And I think that's exactly what a new edition should do. It should get people excited to jump into the hobby without overwhelming them. It's the perfect combination. Now, let's talk about the box itself. The thing is gigantic. You open it up and it's immediately obvious that this is meant to be the centerpiece of 11th edition, as it is the centerpiece of 11th edition. You've got orcs, you've got blood angels, the new core rules, detachments, mission cards, the lore book, transfer sheets. There's a lot packed into one box. Whether you're splitting it with a friend, for example, orcs one person, blood angels the other, or building both armies yourself, it definitely feels like a complete starter experience all around. And it has been marketed as such. Now, let's talk about the miniatures themselves. Honestly, I think they're the stars of the show, as they should be. The new orcs look incredible, as I've stated in many videos in the past. The updated boys have so much more movement and personality than the older kit. They actually look like they're moving. The boss knob looks fantastic. The weird boy might actually be one of my favorite models in the entire box, which is saying something. There's a lot of models in this box. And on the Space Marine side, the Blood Angels have a much grittier look than I originally expected. They still feel like the classic Space Marines, but they also look like they've actually been fighting on Armageddon for years. The details are fantastic and incredible. Then there are the rules. Now, I obviously haven't played hundreds of games. I haven't even played one game. So these aren't final opinions. As I said before, I am not an expert. They are just first impressions from a beginner. But from everything I've read so far, 11th edition looks and feels cleaner. The changes to cover make sense. Fighting over terrain instead of circles makes the battlefield more immersive and more better than just fighting over circles. And the new detachment system looks like it's going to give players a lot more freedom when building armies. And the fact that current codexes are still usable in the new edition, I think that's a huge win for the community overall. It feels less like Games Workshop completely rebuilt the game and more like they polished it up and maybe gave it a new upgrade. And that's perfect. Now, no release is perfect, although this one, as I just said, is perfect. There are definitely going to be balanced discussions. There always are. Some detachments will probably end up stronger than others. Some combinations will probably end up a little broken. Some units will probably surprise people. Others might disappoint. That's just part of launching a new edition. And honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing how the meta develops over the next few months as I start to build my first army, which by the way is orcs. There is a video up on my channel describing all of that. As a beginner, I think this is one of the best times to get into Warhammer. Everyone is learning. Everyone is experimenting with the new edition. Everyone is trying new armies. You're not jumping 3 years into an edition where everyone already knows every single rule. You're learning alongside the community, which is great, I think, for beginner inclusion. And I think that's just exciting. Now, was all of the hype worth it? Honestly, so far, absolutely. I'd say 100%. The new miniatures look fantastic. The new rules seem easier to understand from a beginner perspective. The army building changes look promising. And the launch box really does feel like a celebration of a brand new edition. Of course, we'll know a lot more after people have had time to actually play games, which is something I cannot say I will be a part of because I don't have an army at the moment. But at a first impression, I am immediately impressed. As for me, this is where my Warhammer journey really begins. I've spent the past few months learning, watching battle reports, watching gameplays, reading rules, following every reveal, every update. Now, it's finally time to start building my army. It's time to start painting my army. And actually, hopefully, start playing very soon. I honestly cannot wait. So, those are my first impressions of Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon as a complete beginner. I'd love to know what you guys think below, beginners and veterans alike. Did you pick up the launch box? Are you starting a new army? Or are you waiting to see how everything settles before jumping in? Let me know down in the comments below. I read every single one. If you're following my journey into Warhammer 40,000, consider subscribing. I've got videos coming on building my first army, painting my first army, playing my first games with the army, hopefully soon, and everything I learn along the way. My name is Zach. You are currently watching Warhammer Zone. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys very soon. Hopefully next Thursday in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.